I wasn't even in the stream. Oh my God, guys. I have to report myself. I have to repeat myself now. I am so tired. I have tried, I'm going to do it because I do it every single time, that I am up all night and then I will take like 2 naps during the daytime, never like a straight, like, 6 or 7 hours of sleep. And it doesn't make you feel good. And I I I need to now. Like there's really important things that need to be done, and plus it doesn't make me feel good. It's like you don't get as much accomplished. And so last night, Rory was here later, and then I started reading this book, and it's one of those books that you just can't put down. And then I get up from there and started like going through my jewelry jars because I'm parceling it out into um, flat rate mailers. Hey, Rory. Hey, I know. Hey, Melanie. I'm parceling it out into, so my eyes are closed, guys. So excuse me, I'll look up in a second. Um, and I'm gonna, be selling those. I just threw all the junky part away, and I haven't done them all yet because I have like 6 big things of jewelry. And I'm going to sell a mystery box of jewelry where the really crappy stuff and broken stuff is, but it'll be like for the flat rate, it'll cost, I'll pick up part of the shipping charge. So I'll charge you $5 for shipping, and then I'll charge 20 for the box, and I'll just shove a ton of stuff in there, and you'll have your own little, um, you know, jewelry jar with like all the bad stuff missing because I've already thrown a ton of stuff away. So I was doing that and blah blah blah, and then I heard got word of uh, Looney's scope this morning, or her hangout this morning. Excuse me, I'm tired, and there's just a few things I want to answer. Not that it doesn't really matter. And like I want to tell you guys, these hangouts, they don't get monetized. And I'm a person who, like, I go through and clean up like my emails if it just looks messy and I don't like it. And that's how I do it. If it's my channel, I can do it. I tend to try to leave it up for a little longer so people could hear it, and then I take them down. Um, that's just the way that I'm going to continue to do things. And she made a mention towards the video that I made that I had a very good response to Amberlynn Reed and Foodie Beauty. And it was something that hit me and came from the heart after I saw a video from Amy Vlogs and just how she was trying to do it. And I know that when you are that morbidly obese, it's not just like you're a regular overweight and you can take it off. You're wasting years, and it's so rare to make it. It's so rare. And it doesn't hurt me that you say that I had 2 failed weight loss surgeries. I don't know if it makes you feel better because you had a weight loss surgery, and it looks like you didn't put all of your weight back on because I saw the real heavy pictures of you that you had on Twitter, but you put a lot of your weight back on. So I don't know why you keep on projecting onto somebody else. It does not bother me that you say that when I have a medical professional, all over the world, that they will use me and say that this woman kept off a lot of her weight. And, could I do better? Yeah, but I like myself. I don't know why. Maybe to some people, maybe, no, it really never bothered me before, but it's like everything you try to do, Looney, is with the guise of hurting somebody. Like you wake up in the morning and you just want to try to hurt somebody. It's just like your MO. Like, let me try to bring that person down. And I'm throwing all those words around, blah, blah, blah. A person is, I take it, you're like an onion. You have many layers. When I listened to Cooper, I was explaining this to somebody. I thought he described me very, very well. And thank you for that, Cooper. Cooper said he described me as being somebody that wears my heart on my sleeve. And when I feel really hard. And when I'm passionate about a subject, I'm passionate about a subject. And then I have a tongue that can cut like a knife, just sting, hurt, really, really hurts. And then I end up feeling bad the next day because I have a really big heart and I do regret it. Not all the time. I've gotten a little bit harder, but some of the time, most of the time, it used to be all the time. So, that's just nonsense. Just like when people say they're kicked out of communities, that's nonsense. I'm 51 years old. There's not, oops, whoa, oh, thank God. Yeah, I'm 51 years old. There's not like, you're not in communities. I go online and I go to groups where I want to. I love this feeling of being free and of being my own island. And literally none of this stuff bothers me. It just doesn't bother me. All this petty stuff just doesn't bother me. And if I'm making my videos and I enjoy doing it, and little by little every day, if I haven't been in that genre of making videos, you gain more and more people every day. I talked to a couple privately last night and just about, the case. And it was nice because it was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And it's nice and it's positive and there's nothing wrong with that. And giving my advice because I've been there and have spent so much money on weight loss surgery and skin removal surgery, I have something to say and I care about these young ladies. About Katie, my first interaction with Katie was I was friends with her. We talked. It was cool. And then she could have come to me and said, listen, Nick has got a problem. I'm going to do a drama live on you. But she just blindsided me and did the drama live. And I found out through a friend, Deep Sea, like probably 10 minutes before. And it was like a friend doesn't do this. And the things that she has said about people that I care about, I think that a lot of people think deep down inside she's got this really caring soul and she most likely could. I've heard and I have a right not to, and people have a right to not like me as well. And she's using this weight loss surgery now against other people who have not had it and who are, I'm not jealous at all. I was allotted the ability to not look like a freak with having all this skin. I was allotted the ability to get these things taken care of. I'm very blessed. I really like where I'm at. I know that's, not easy for a lot of people to believe when somebody weighs 200 and almost 250 pounds that they like themselves, but I like myself. And that's just it. I want to get healthier, but I like myself and nobody can change that. I like myself and I think I'm really pretty. I think I fix up really well. And I can't wait to start being back on camera. The new computer that I'm going to get is going to have the camera again built right into it. I have a lot of plans that just in what I'm doing right now, I know I'll come to fruition because I'm doing more steps now than I didn't think I was gonna, like following through with certain things, reaching out to certain people. I like the area. I didn't think that I was gonna be able to mix the channels and have it be the glamorous life along with this, but it's my channel and the goes up and I do plan on using it as a source of income, even if the source of income would just be something part-time and could pay, well, like that already gets paid, but say pay a couple different bills. I was going to say my medical, but my husband's already paying my medical. That would have been a good, or my association, but that's already getting paid. Just think of some bill that's like 500 or less. If I could actually make 500 a month off of YouTube and have it be something that I really totally enjoy, then I would really love that, to do that, as well as working in whatever avenue I choose to go into. But the world is my oyster. I feel I had a video that I made in my Walmart pajamas that have cardinals on it, and just me feeling so free for the first time, like living on my own. And I'm excited to move and get all my stuff back that I haven't seen for a year and a half, and become a member of society there. Join. I'm going to be very close to one of two synagogues, so joining up with, the JCC, and getting back into the Republican Jewish coalition again, and making my own friends, and I'm I'm just excited. There's nothing on this earth that can keep me down from I just am so revved up and just want to go, go, go. So that was one thing on there. Let's see, what else did she talk about? She talked about that. She talked about um, Rory are fighting the papers or something like that. It's the same old thing going back and forth that she'll fight about. Let me see what you guys are saying. No, I am Jewish, Lyle. Converted? Aren't you converted? So you aren't really Jewish? If you did convert, you would really be Jewish. We take those as the highest form because you took your time to actually convert. So, you know, um, like getting back to the first Jew was a convert. So we really hold them to a real high thing, just because also we know how much schooling you have to go to and what you have to learn. If you convert through a Orthodox or through a conservative, it's something more than the just I can't think now because I'm tired. Sorry, guys. More through just the progressive one, the real low one. But the Tati that Rory got, the Tati, it was, oh, hey, Diane. Hey, 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 hey. The Tati palette was really good. Her grown up glitter in there, I thought was tried to be like Tom Ford, but it it wasn't. But the other ones are really good. I mean, really, really good. Okay, let me go back to my crime thing. Um, Lindy actually was the one that first turned me on to liking Chris Watts. She told me about the papers that were being released, and I just took all this time to read the discovery, and I have so many things that I want to talk about, and I'm so excited. I have not been this excited since I did my radio program and I did all the work with Memory TV regarding radical Islam. I just got that passionate in politics, and that lasted for 8 years. And this is something that I see that I have the ability right now, if I took it seriously, and I'm not saying that I could. I know I could. I know I have the ability. I just don't want to make it seem like I know that I could, but I do have extra money to where I would be able to put some money into it, like flying to some of these places and covering some of these things, and perhaps hiring out some help to reach out to certain people to get, interviews or things like that. And it was not something of copying her at all. In fact, Lisa and I had the whole thing that was set up from back in the Real Housewives. Real Housewives was something that I named. I don't know if you happen to name it at the same time. And right now, you got me pretty mellow, loonies. So I'm not trying to throw shade or anything. I don't remember it that way. I remember it, being this way, and it was my thing that I did. But, if you did it at the same time, that's fine. And I believe that, and actually, you got a name, and we got a name, and it had to do with a alcoholic beverage too, and it was not one or the other knowing about the other. We haven't gone, and we had merch that was made with that. We had a certain back area in the back where Lisa lives, and we're going to set these things up. And I happen to know Susan Olson, who was part of Two Chicks Talking Politics, who is Cindy Brady in LA. And it's not name dropping. I just know her. We work with the same people. And I know how her show stopped, and or how her show started. And I know that a podcast like that can start the same way. And Lisa and I had this kind of, repertoire back and forth, to educated women who, we know how, and I'm just saying what I believe. I know where my strengths are, and I know where my weaknesses are. I know how to ask an audience and engage people. I know how to not speak about myself. I know how to give a show. I know how to, I've done radio. I've hosted um, interviews and conversations, and been, I get excited turning on that professional mode that if you feel you haven't done for a long time, you could lose it. I know how to get the people. And I wish that for Looney, you do that for yourself. And I think that would be good, because it would get you off of all of this negativity. And if you're talking about the internet doesn't forget, Looney, you have thousands. I mean, I've gone to Best Buy and with people who've bought extra backup just regarding the thousands of scopes and hangouts and everything. And it is multiple people. I don't know if you know the magnitude of it. So it seems a lot hypocritical to talk about me and my few compared to you and your mass number. Yes, I've done a few more now, making a point, but you can't gaslight that to turn it into anything else. You Boris counted, and it was, what is it? How many people are you actively fighting with? You actively fight with these people. You can't do that, unless you want to be known as a show of just, I guess, like the train wreck show of somebody who just goes after people, and people like they follow Elvis around, or like they follow other people who are just messes, you know that's the only way, because the stuff that you have is just, and now you have people who really aren't willing to stay quiet any longer. My best bet to you would be just try stopping, and try not focusing on that, and try doing what I've done so many times, and just shutting up for a while and hoping all the stuff about you goes away. And then you can go and never do anything negative again. So what? Somebody says something about you. What does it matter? You have to have respect for that person for them to really matter. And you don't want the kind of people who are going to be loyal and follow you because they want to watch a train wreck. People like to follow that. They just like to follow that. And that's just the truth, you know? Um, Right, exactly, Nick. Hey, and good morning. Hey, Sister Earth. Good morning. I love that. Sandy, blah, blah, blah. You're the most vile, nastiest C's on here. You can it's so funny now with people because when you've run out of people that's been said about, anybody with a voice that's been said about, it loses all of its oomph. Back in the day, maybe if you said that, you may get some sort of traction from somebody and they make them feel bad, like, wow, am I really? But when every single person is called that, it's just a boy who's cried wolf. It doesn't work. I mean, for sure, don't focus on the OGs. Don't focus on the OGs. If you want to focus on the people who are coming here, I suggest not doing it at all. But if you want to get your rocks off because you get off to just hurt random people, focus on the people who have been there because it's it's not even water off a duck's back. It's just absolutely a big nothing burger. So let's go back to the show. As far as proof on far as things like that. There are people that my husband has told. He has told Rory many times that you have called. And if you also want to ask, I had Lisa talk to him on the phone as of in the past few months, and he told her on the phone. So, I'm sorry, Lisa, that I finally told that. I know that you don't get mad because we've talked about that. But you want the proof, there's the other proof. And as far as my brother having somebody called or having you call my brother, my niece was there and overheard you on the speakerphone and described you exactly. And I played your voice and she said she couldn't be sure, but she thinks it's who it was. And then there's other people who you have emailed and tried to, like you always have, talk bad about me. Um, blah, blah, blah. But I do have an email that I sent out now to some certain people to just try to say, hey, if you hear this or if you hear this, I got a stalker. And, you do get good response back from that. That's my suggestion to anybody out there who is um, getting stalked, is doing something like that. I remember the first time, getting back to all this, that I mentioned to Lisa D1 that about Lindy. And the first thing she said to me was, she's crazy. Oh my God, stay away from her. The same thing with Lori Beth 4286. But you're never going to admit it. You're just, I know that. I pretty much know that. If you stay pretty strong with the trolls, I guess they'll keep on having your back because it's just what the troll people do. But if you mess up, then they'll change that because every single thing that I have played that you have said, like you called, talk about people talking racist, you called Mara's husband chink boy. You've done it, and there's nothing that you haven't said, Lindy. There's nothing that you haven't said. And you'll somehow find the voice to get out there. And don't you ever get tired of arguing it. Don't you ever get tired of arguing the point and want to put down the wall and say, I'm just done. I can't last. The people who have been around know that I can't last going full force very long on these things because I just don't have it in me. I'm a very, very much the glass is full type of a person. Now, people aren't stupid. Does that mean that the glass is always full? Does that mean that the person cannot have any other feelings? No, because I'm a very intelligent woman. I'm a very intelligent woman. You have a full series of emotions that go through your body. And just look back at all the history of all the stuff that you said, and you just never let things go. That's got to be tiring. I don't, and it's like with the thing with your boyfriend. You so want to paint the narrative that he's just this really great guy, and Boris is nothing but a racist. So take you on your word. If he was nothing but a racist and you knew it the whole time, why would you stay with the racist? If you knew he wanted to join the KKK and get slaves and was singing you songs about the N word next door, why would you stay with that? What does that say about you? And on the other hand, if Thomas is this guy who basically can like walk on water and has never hurt a soul and was the only one there for you, why did you leave? Would it be so hard to say that it's not exactly that way? I know when I was married, I I made myself believe that things were better than it actually was. I overlooked things because of my wanting things to be positive, and I can say that and admit that now. But I was never the kind of person, and I still haven't been. I've said a few things, but I won't go after my husband. And there are things that I'll just completely take to my grave, really big things that I will because I still completely love him. Has there been some things when I wanted to defend myself and I got a little irritated that I let get out? Yes. Like I never understood. Now it just seems so foolish. It really does. It seems foolish, but I never understood. I do understand because it didn't fit the narrative. But listen to this, guys. There was nothing, I've never had any, and never any arrests, never anything like that, nothing legal to do with ever. His restraining order thing, and these were all due to trying to get divorced. And this just, in fact, happened to a friend of Rory's. They did the same tactic, and I'm hearing, and I get it. It's a tactic, the only clear tactic, because the judge has to go along with you to get her out of the house. And then I was told if I would have gone back and argued it to have it be gone, that then a judge actually has to hear the whole thing. And who knows what he's going to say, and who knows what a rogue judge will really decide. And then on your record, these things aren't, these things are just civil things. So that's number one. And where was I going with that? Let me see where I was going with that. Oh, that my husband, because of just, a lot of issues that he had in his life, with that same little program that you ran on me, you knew you ran him and you knew what you found on him. You knew how many arrests and all the trouble, one stemming from the other, stemming from the other. You knew before I came into his life, and he admits that, and that's what he said is why he stayed longer, was because I helped him get his life completely back together. I really helped him get his life back together. And that person, prior to 2004, I didn't know that person because I helped him get it all back. And all that stuff is, Maricopa is very easy. You didn't want to play fair and show that every year he had at least 2 arrests on every one. And here's Kathleen Klein, and I have nothing. But the words that my husband could say in a civil lawsuit to where he wants the money. And it's so funny because in the end, it was what I wanted in the first place. And in the end, the only thing that I am getting from him is he's giving me and I agreed to all of this because his lawyer told him that we were very close. I had a paralegal who was willing to file all of the paperwork for me. And we kind of came down to the line to where all of the discovery, I was going to be able to question him. We had that all taken care of. I was going to have somebody else do it because I knew that I would start crying, but all of it would be done. And all of this would be put in front of a judge, and who knows what a judge is going to decide. And the only one that would lose is him, because I never went for his business ever. I never went for his stocks. I never went for his house. In a 50-50 state where I was around for all of that, I never went for any of that. And Rory's there to like see the truth. And I mean, every single person I know say, I can't believe that you didn't do that, because I love him. I loved him and it wasn't mine. And I would have had enough, and I do have enough with my dad's. So in the end, he has to give me, and I don't have any Social Security or disability, nothing like that. That was something that he was trying to get me into because he wanted to get away with not paying for the for the medical and the spousal maintenance. So there's your answer right there. Had doctor's appointments and everything to get me in there, to get me declared something, like he thought it was going to be that easy. And where he picked that number out of the blue, because he actually was going to try for the lowest one, the one that where people have like no income at all. And he got that number even wrong. But anyways, so I never had that, never did have that, never would have that. Not that I'm against that. If I need that, I'll get that. And I have no problem with that. But I have the money that I get from spousal support from him. He has to pay for my furthering my education. He has to pay for me to get my driver's license, and he's going to have to pay for a car and insurance, and he's going to have to pay for medical. We worked out a deal with the stocks that he had, that I keep a percentage of the stocks, the ones that have dividends, and I keep them. And if we ever agree to sell them after 3 years, that we can do so, but they're kind of combined right now. I got a small cash payment to help me move. I got my home free and clear. I got part of the proceeds of another property that he has in Los Angeles. Um, what else did I get? There's a few more. Oh, I got all my things from the house to go pick up all of my handbags, all of my shoes, all of my designer goods, all of the furniture, um, all of that sort of thing. And I gave him my golden coins, which are valued at, $250,000. I gave him that because I knew that he really wanted to hold on to that, and I would rather have stock. And me and some people who really know the system. I don't know it, but I took their years of education and made the best deal for myself. And the funny thing is that most of the stuff that he really agreed to quickly were things that he didn't have to give it up. And it's almost like he wanted to still control the money afterwards, which is pretty good, because I told Rory that I'm afraid of myself giving money away. I'm afraid that I get to be too feeling bad towards people, and then I just start giving like that. So I told Rory, and I'm going to tell other people to hold me accountable. But I'm glad that he's holding on to part of it, and the stocks I'm not going to get right away, and all the other things. So I can't, because I'm not good at it like that. Gave you a kidney? He's dying. Is he dying? I've heard all these dying things. You know what, Carlos? I understand, and you have a very much of a right not to like Davy. I truly understand that. He did something, if you go by what he did, he'd had a picture of an underage girl scantily clad on his camera, um, 25, 30 years ago, and he paid for that. Now, there's other people in this community who are going scot-free, who have actually, you know, touched underage people or done anything like that. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that I saw a side to him that I think he's got a good heart. I think he's got a good heart. I am. I have to, Sister Earth. I have to. I feel, and it's selfish because I feel good when I do it. I think I at least will tell myself when I do something from now on, I want to do it in real private. I do want to do this, and you're included in this, Sister Earth. It's just what I want to do. I'm going to be giving a gift out to every single person who was kind to me. Not that you had to be, but just to let you know that you didn't go after me when I was at my lowest. In fact, you offered words of kindness. And I want to do that. There's a few people on there who really have always envied really nice pieces of my designer goods that I'm going to give them some of that. Not a lot, not like that, but it just that's that. And I can maybe end it there. It's going to really make me feel good. It's going to make me feel good because I really see like the blackest sky, and there are people like you, like Celeste, of course, like Rory, Lori, for a long time, Janie, I miss you. I wouldn't have gotten so mad if I didn't miss you. I just don't understand how you're friends with Lindy. I don't understand. I don't. You're too good of a person. You know. You know. I can't buy him a kidney. No, I can't do that. But what I will do is when I am there, I will make sure that he doesn't spend Christmas or Thanksgiving alone. I do know that there's a mobile clinic out there that comes and sees you regarding your diabetes. I think that's too late for that. But I will make sure that he's not alone if a holiday comes along or he wants to go to karaoke, and I'd like to be his friend. I would. And I'm so proud of some of the people who have gone over there from our community and are just kind to him. You know, if he was just this jerk, I could understand, but he's not a jerk. Melton and Abby forever. Is Melton in here? I don't even know who's an admin. Rory, you're supposed to be a super admin. So I don't know if you can actually make admins. You're supposed to be like a mod, one that could actually do. I don't know if you could see if you could try. Like you're supposed to have. I was going to make you an admin, Melton, if that's you. Is right on this computer, this side, I can't see who is an admin or who's a mod and who's not because I'm on. But if I can't, and if you're not, if I can't do it right now with this, I will do it when I get off of here. Just leave me a comment on below the video, and I will do that. I don't know if Rory can with being a special administrator. Sharon, I really respect that too. And I've thought about that, Sharon. I've thought about that. I really have. Because I think it's, I know, I've thought about that. Truly. I have. I don't know the answer to that. I really don't. I wish I did. It's not it's not, I'm not trying to do anything but be kind to somebody else that I think deserves it or needs it. But I hear what you have to say, I guess I'll just have to think about that some more. I will. I'll mod you, Carlos, when I get, leave a comment underneath my video, and then I'll do that. So that's all that I wanted to say to Lindy. Lindy, you know, I'll try it right now, stop talking about you for a couple weeks, and it's just, let's see if you want to stop. Let's see if you want to stop. I really would be happy if I never had to hear you or see you again. It will be. What can you really do? You know what, Carlos? This is how I am. It's so weird, right? I know. It's only a channel, and like, okay, you could, I don't know, somehow take a channel down or delete everybody. But that's all that it is. It's not like anything that big of a deal. I don't know, like little things like that just don't bother me. I guess I'm very deep because I'm like tired. Watch, I'll get up later on and be like, all that stuff, I didn't mean any of that stuff right there. Yes, Rory and Melton are so cute together. What was that dream he had about you? What was that damn dream? Now I have to watch that video. No, I wouldn't, Bailey. I wouldn't, just because I would not take that extra added risk. Nor would I allow any of my friends' children to be that way, because you never know. And if God or the authorities are giving you a little hint right there, take the hint. And so I wouldn't. Definitely not. I think you should always err towards overprotection of the children. You're welcome. Bailey's. Now I want a Bailey's Irish cream. Well, not really. I would love it, Melton, if you came to Las Vegas. Wouldn't that be cool, Rory? That would be so totally cool. It would be cool. What else was I going to say? You know what? What do you guys think about Elvis and Rosie being together? I really, for some reason, because they're on so much, I don't watch them, but they're like an old married couple now. And I like him with her. Is that wrong to say? Is that wrong to say that I think he really behaves well, or either that or he's really mellowing out? But I think they behave together. Once I get out of this Northwest hellhole, you should go to to Arizona. You should, Bailey's. You should. She's so fun, and she's a great person to hang around with too, and she's fun. And everybody is surprised when they meet her that she's fun, but she's still a mom, and she still has that professional person background. So that's the one thing people are surprised about, is that, like, you're not like, some irresponsible party girl. You laugh, like she would love to, like, laugh and crack jokes and have fun, but it's never in a really out of control way. I mean, she acts her age. She's mature. Truly, that's one thing. Everybody that's ever met her has kind of had that same thought about her. Hey, Davy. I don't think this is the real you, but if it is, hello. How are you feeling, my friend? You could chooch because you're so tall downtown in Tower. Yeah, our Melton John, I think, is like 6'5", 6'6". We've got a lot of extremely tall men in Boyd. Really do. Dave is tall. Dave, I think, is like 6'2". I know Boris is like 6'3", 6'4". I know that Melton, I think, is the tallest at like 6'5". I know J for T is tall at like 6'4". Yeah, 6'5" or a tiny bit under. Yeah, dude, that would be that would be fun to see the world at that height. It'd be fun just for like a while. But I wanted to see if I had anything else to answer to her because I can get it out and have it be the last thing. To Lindy. No, that's pretty much it. So I don't know that you just don't get tired of doing it, and to each his own. And but it's really what pushes people away and is very tiring and taxing on people. I don't know what that even is. I don't know if it's all an act just for online. If you really go from 0 to 60 and are just always angry, I don't feel like giving any triggering words right now, like about your lies and everything, because you're straight up lying. But then that's gonna like make you launch into another dozen scopes at the end of it. So you can say what you want, Bailey. You can say what you want. You have a nurse working on you. I understand. No, I understand. I understand. And there's people that it may be a trigger, like Sharon was, who was in here earlier. And I completely understand that too. And I have to think about that. Um, God, it's just, it's, ugh. She's made some pretty bold statements about my kids. And then the Casey Anthony, who else has done that besides, everybody at the bottom of YouTube and the drama community and true crime or who have you, who saw those streams from that beautiful streaming house. I mean, I would love this. I would love it if Looney came out and said, look it, I know it was a beautiful house. I was just throwing shade. Like we do that and can do that all day, every day. Just listen to the person who won't do that. Look at the amount of streams or scopes that I have. Look at how long my lasting power is, and it's not that long. Look at, everybody made a comment, and it's true, about her kids and how wonderfully behaved they were. Not behaved because they were just, yes, ma'am, thank you, ma'am, and were like Stepford children, but they played when it was appropriate. They were very articulate. They were very funny. They had good manners. They were regular kids who were just so well-rounded that it would be like calling, Angelina Jolie's, ugly or something, because it's just so completely the opposite of what it is. I mean, but then she still keeps on with that Casey Anthony thing. I mean, she must know how many tapes that Rory has. And it's not just her. She's the only person that we can really mention. And I only had gotten a few that I just grabbed, like the one of you, what Looney called Boris's daughter, and there's so many because she's just had loose lips for so long. She's gotten so triggered, and she didn't think anybody would play him back. And there's a lot of playing back that's going to be done, as well as other stuff. And she'll take this as a big threat and come forward with it. And, you know, why wouldn't you take it as a time to step forward and go, I did this shit. I know I may need help with something. Um, Anything, any admittance of guilt on anything, I don't know what person would still believe somebody, even if the other person who is admitting things they don't like, they would at least have to say that person is admitting things and this person's not. Oh, Dusty? I love Dusty. Oh, thank you. I want to say Dusty because I'm going to be in the desert now, girl. And I'm going to have you do my t-shirts, girl. My t-shirts. I'm getting my website made. Um, Dusty. How do you say it though? Dusty. Stop being so damn dusty. Oh, you're so dusty. I like that one. Diane keeps me in the know of the lingo of what the hepcaps. What am I trying to say? I was trying to say something cool, but I'm tired. Are saying right now. Oh, I had spam yesterday. Rory teased me. I like spam. Who in the class likes spam? Who in the class likes spam? I can't help it. I literally I opened it up the day before, I think. But I ate a whole loaf of spam in like 2 days. I agree, JK NoCal. You just got everything right. JK NoCal is handsome. His wife is beautiful. He's got a great look on things. If this place could be cloned with JK NoCals, nobody would be fighting. It would be just joking and little play fighting, and it would be all great. And I am going to meet him whether he wants to one day or not. I want to meet him and his wife. I just want to break bread with you guys because you're just, it's rare. Everybody else gets involved in stuff, and you don't get involved in anything. You really, really don't. Hey, Maria. Maria, Maria. I can't sing. Yeah, you out of the way of the fires? Yeah, I never called Jink's name. Thank you for that, Rory. Somebody said that I don't know if it was me or if they were trying to imply it was me or someone got confused that I called Jink's names. I never called Jink's names. Never. I never even knew that she had any issues. I'm not saying that she does, but I've never ever seen her. I adore Jinx. Jinx is always about making people get along, and I would never ever say anything about her. And on that note, here we go, guys. And I'm only doing this one person. Hey, Lori Green. Yeah, life online is so much better. Um, Sister Earth. I think of Sister Earth. I think of Crystal. I think of Lori. I think of Andrea, and I think of um, Celeste and Jan and Tucci and other people that I may have disappointed with me sounding so crass. And it was me being angry. And I do mean it that I have no respect for the people that I said it for. But I apologize sincerely for calling um, Jack Sparrow's wife retarded looking. I wanted at that point the shock jock thing because I knew I had that tape from Lindy saying something somewhat similar, and I wanted to prove the hypocrisy. And I still know that I hope that Jack Sparrow's wife did not see it. And this is not for Jack Sparrow, and I'm sorry to not be so nice with that, but it's for everybody else who was disappointed and who don't want to hear it. And then I think of the one little instance, like maybe she did. And then she was already, I know that words can hurt. And if she was already hurt when she was a child, or she was beaten up in her relationship, or whatever the story is, that it's not right. And my mom and dad would not like that. And they think of me as better. And the rabbi would think of me as better. So I apologize for that. The whole community is slime. Yeah, on Tucker's, and I was like, "What the?" Yeah, exactly. I was talking about. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I didn't say that about. I didn't know anything about Meow or Jinx. Say Meow. So if you know how trolls will go along and they'll make something up more, I have never said anything at all about Jinx. Never would I. Never would I want to. Right. You see, there you go. You see, and this is why this is okay for me, because this is the no respect sort of a thing. This is who represents their little group. No, you're just a white trash, which is I've never been called that in my life. So that's new. Shove your apologies up your fat, sloppy, dried up twat. It's not like even to laugh. It's not to get mad. It's like that's them. That really is and that is exactly how Lindy is. That's exactly how Jack Sparrow is. They never would want it. They never, ever, ever, ever would want to have any. When I saw Becca underneath my video, she said that I had it in me to be better then and to not be that way. And by me apologizing right now, it really wasn't towards them. It was towards the friends who still have that hope that there can be change with those people. But those people aren't normal people. Those people have deep seated issues, mental problems that we're dealing with, and they're never going to let it go. And it's like we're in a psych ward, and some of the people that we happen to have as classmates aren't labeled or on the right medication, and we're trying to make sense out of what is the nonsensical as to why they can't just let it go, or why they can't you know communicate, or why they never will. They never, ever, ever will. And that's what I was trying to say. So Becca, I'm glad if Becca is around, she can hear that, because I applaud you for that, Becca, but I have been around since, I go way, 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 way back. I go way back with Tucker, like 2014. And um, I was you. I was you with him. I defended him to where other people that I love and really respected told me how two-faced he was, and that how he would troll people, and how you think a certain way. Like, I can show you the emails that he sent me, and where he said he just wants me up there to tell the story of Dave, and he'll protect me, and he could try to get my image cleaned up by them. And I know it's the same one that you got, because I see the wording that he's trying to do with you. I don't know if it's a big game to him, but all I know is that for all of those years, I were wrong. I was wrong. And you're going to have to find out that on your own too. you're going to have to, when you find out how many people Tucker actually is, and how many people that he's actually trolled with when he runs with the likes of Jack Sparrow, who got you fired. And those people are not like the average people who will let things go and talk. They're just not. But I do understand how you want to. You even said that you've talked it through with Lindy and forgiven people. I'm surprised I didn't lose really good friends like, like Rory or like Corey. Corey, because Corey really never falls on that stuff either. And by me making the truce, and when I make a truce, I try to really just make you like me. I try to really be like the ultimate friend and, uplifting and doing all this stuff. But it's just, no, it never is going to work. It never is going to work. And you gotta, and in the meantime, you feel like you're not being true to yourself. You're doing yourself a disservice. You're really not being true to yourself. It's like you're not with this person in a relationship where you have to walk on eggshells. This is supposed to be like a friendship, but you don't know the person that you're having the friendships with. And there's so many people on here who, like I said, have deep-seated mental issues that we are playing with and talking with and having arguments with. And some people just going out of their mind with anger, having arguments with, and you were never supposed to win, because you can't win when somebody is like that. You can't go anywhere with it. All that you can do is when they break the law, and they do, there is things that you can do as far as make reports and keep on making reports to your local channel police station. You can, because you don't have to put up with that. You really don't, but it takes work. And I know a lot of people either just don't want to do it, you work, you can make it work some other how, but that's really the only way to stop. And once you do it, it's kind of a precedent for the other ones. And I am committed. I am just committed to trying to make, I'm committed to trying to make the life of myself and of my friends a little bit cleaner of a place, because I know that anybody can come to me and then we could talk something through and work out some sort of a truce, even if that truce was just never seeing each other or talking to each other, you know. But you gotta watch out for the people like Jack Sparrow will never admit he's wrong. Never will he lay down his weapons. Never, never, ever, ever. And I'm sorry, Becca, that I heard that you were mad about me. Um, I don't know exactly what it was. And I understand you're with the bigger group now. And I don't blame you for throwing me under the bus, so to speak. I don't blame you for that, because um, you got out of your relationship with Dave, and you just want to have a place online that you can go to that has friends, and there's more people like that that are friends there. So I completely get that. So I don't blame you for that. I do want to apologize if you mistook anything of with Dave as a slight towards you, because I never said anything bad about you. I still will say that he's a fun person to hang in a room with. Um, never gonna give private information. Dave, you're listening. You've done way too much. I mean, you look at all how much you wanted me bad in those rooms, and the doxing and the going after, and you lack caring, and you lack empathy for anybody else. You'll just keep it going. You'll just keep it going. But in a room, when I'm in the mood to, and now I'm out of the mood because I'm in a different mood now. It's fun to have fun and to hang like that. So, yep, exactly, Lori. I think it's funny. The payback stellar thing, I've told the story umpteen times. I still haven't decided exactly where I'm going to give that for charity. That was always the case, as to give it for charity. I really am thinking, maybe I will email him and see if he has any ideas. I'm not giving it at all to Tucker. I'm sorry, that I believe what I believe about that, and I'm just not giving it to Tucker. That would be, you know, asinine. Um, I do like a charity dementia, and when they're on hospice and they have dementia, or not even on hospice, if you're just a caregiver of them, and they can have a weekend free to do something, or just even an evening free to do something. I really like that. I really like something that would be not bullying online, to send a message regarding that. I like that idea about the online bullying thing. And I think because our uh, LGBTQ community has been really beaten up. Um, Personally, some of the stuff that I've heard said about that she's not really a woman, and how many times does a person have to hear that you don't take anything, you're not really. So I wish there was a program out there to give to trans Jacob, you know, or because full lives. I always thought that would be a neat charity program. I'm sure that they're out there, but I'm close to it. Like when I get it, maybe we'll put our heads together and figure something out. And also, I thought, with the other half, somebody who is in the bottom of YouTube, and somebody that we all know and that we could vote on, who needs $500. Somebody who is, and not anybody that has cancer that we're going to ask for proof for, anything like that. It doesn't even have to be that dramatic. Just somebody that and we could we could vote for it and give it in the way, and maybe it'll set a precedent towards other people, once if they got ever helped by somebody during their time of need. And I was chased down and I was lied and blah blah blah. But needless to say, then you could pay it forward. Like, I think some of these people, everybody who have gotten out of their situation. Did I come back? Did I come back? Did I come back? Did I come back? Yeah, Debbie Lynn. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Mallory, a day at the spa. And okay, good. That was Gabe that just called. Crap. I'm going to tell him we'll get that out later. I gotta sleep, girl. I gotta sleep. You know me, girl. Buying Oreos to shove in your fat face doesn't count as charity, sorry. Oh, Dave's ghost. That makes me sad. Those Oreos were really, really good. They have way too many Oreos now. You notice that? It's like they have pumpkin spice. They have too many kinds. Just way, way, way too many kinds. But I like that Debbie Lynn because she really got walked on. I think Rory, um, I think I really like your idea, especially about Debbie Lynn and the promoting her recording career. They do? Carrot cake Oreo cookies suck. Who was the person who was going to send me some um, old Dutch potato chips because this fat girl needs to. For the 1960s tranny talk, their money can go, the Boyd transgender community. Wow. Wow, right. I think that what would Mallory, even if Mallory just was, Mallory, it seems she's gone a different way with her channel. She's gone completely in just covering little stories. And I don't know if it was because she just had too much of the negativity. I mean, even the strongest person can't go through all of that she went through. I don't want to like dredge up the past again. But if I had to hear that I'm not taking hormones, I just brought a little bag with me, that, you know, it's so personal. It's nobody's business and it's so personal. And, we know Kimberly Noel, and Kimberly Noel, God bless her, and not comparing it, but she literally can't take the drugs. So what does that mean? You know? Oh, that's a good idea, Diane. You know what I was thinking too? It would be nice to, if anybody would be willing to film it, like have a few people get a couple $100, and if they were willing to film it and like pass them out from Boyd, anybody who, because it would be fun if you had kids and take the kids with you to go and just give it out to people. That would be a really neat idea. You know, something like that. Something. Please keep these ideas coming because I'm going to do it in a couple of weeks. You can consider and maybe add just some more to it, but that would be a really good idea. She sure is. Well, she's not more of a girl than me because I'm a pretty girly girl. I think we're pretty equal. But you, girl, yeah. Just kidding. Diane, I really like that. I really like that idea. Really do. Something to make something of it to where maybe the tradition, because the porch has that stuff that they do a good tradition. And I know that we have our fill of the e-beggar people who ask us for money, and they turn out and go buy, booze or drugs or hookers, or they didn't actually have cancer or whatever the story is. So, but to do something positive and have it be like a tradition, maybe the community would feel more of a community, you know? Somali, I've covered this. I know what the story was. And everybody who ever heard in the beginning thought it was horrible that he asked for it back, number one, and that he lied. But I don't care. And I just like doing something for somebody else, anyways. So it's not going to be anything that bothers me. There was many mitigating circumstances when it came down to that one. He and I when I say he chased me down for 2 days to try to find me to give me money, he did. If he didn't know the story, which the story he got wrong from Looney and the trolls, he had the story that I just had a place to live and could get money off of the place there, and I just was wealthy and had bucks, and nothing is further from the truth. Everything that I have said has been 100% straight up. I go, yeah, yeah, no, you are. I do have to go call Gabe and the movers, and then I'm gonna like, can we? Well, I'll text you about that stuff. I'll text you about the other stuff too. God, I gotta call. You. Oh, gotta call. I gotta call. I gotta call. I gotta call. I don't want to call. Shit. She knows why. Okay, guys. Thank you for listening. Go watch my other video, guys, because I was a lot more animated in that one, and leave me a comment on my Chris Watts, my last video that I did. And I bought this program, as you can see now, The Glamorous Life is big. I bought that program for the year, and you can have the screen get full of that, so it's kind of cool. So it runs really smoothly. So I suggest that. How about you give it to Elvis? God, would that be funny? When I was in a really nasty mood one day, I wanted to give 500 to Elvis and 500 to Berg and say from Stellar. But I wouldn't. You know what stopped me from really even saying I wanted to, whatever, is Juice. Because Juice is always like really nice and supportive, and it's like I can't do that to Juice. Can't do that to all the people. I mean, really, that's just horribly wrong. Okay, Sister Earth, I'm giving you a virtual hug, and you too, Diane. I know, and Diane too. After you leaving the note, no way. Your name was in my head too. There's a lot of people that I couldn't think of right now, where it's like literally as funny as I think it was, or how as mad as I was at the person because of what they've done to me. I can't do this to people like you guys. I can't do that to people that are. I can't. That's where I can't do it from. So. Spending those wisely, I see. What did I get? Oh, Kitten Kat. I have money now, Kitten Kat. You want some? You want some? Stellar gave that money willingly. It's not her fault. He got buyer's remorse. Exactly. And then he believed something that wasn't true, and then he was corrected on it, and then he lied about something, and then he actually went to PayPal, and PayPal took the money from me because he said that he didn't authorize it and that it wasn't authorized, like, to do it, but they sided with me. And so that was number two in lies. And he admitted that he just did that because he didn't want to hurt my feelings or something. And then we came to and now he's still going around there. He's got my picture. He uses my picture as his picture. I mean, I've thrown shade at him too and told the world when he was on that one hangout and he said that he was gay, because he did. He said he was practicing with things, and he found out about himself that he is at least bi, and he said that, and nobody remembered that. So I'm being dusty. I was being dusty by saying that. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And then Vlogger Puppets, I always know I always know when the person's halfway in the right when Vlogger Puppets does Butthurt Dave, you know, comedy things and doesn't do the ones on me. he's pointing out the ones like, Looney wearing my skin. Remember that, guys. Looney is wearing my skin in that vlogger puppet thing. He doesn't have me wearing her skin. So who's the crazy one? Hey, Lily. How dare him? That wasn't bad. I'm just saying he really wanted to. He really wanted to. And we even talked for a couple of days, and I asked him where he wanted me to have it go and to thank you. And he asked me my situation, and then he told me where to go. So a vlogger puppet is good. And you're cool if he doesn't, if he's ragging on the other person more. Watch. Now I will get ragged on a lot. But I always think that he makes us see, because it is true. The things that he says, it's just really funny. The D-Dubs one right now are really funny too. I didn't know who he had tied up in the back there at first. I'm like, who does he have tied up? It's the black chick, but who is it? But it wasn't. It was it Uber he has tied up or somebody else? It was funny. God. Oh, that was funny. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Lily, rewind my videos from now up until 8 months ago, because I've answered it all the time. I've answered it all the time as to the reasons of what went down and what happened. So the answer is there. I have to make a couple of phone calls, and then I'm going to take a little nappy poo. So you guys have a great day. Go watch my other video if you want to, and let me know what you think on that one. And I love you guys, and have a good day.